Right now, I've been thinking about the religious community when it comes to the Christians and Muslims and the people that believe in Islam and everything like that. And my perspective on it all, and it may rub some people the wrong way, but Jesus Christ and Allah are the same. Let me explain. What I mean by this is, when it's all said and done, when everyone lives their life, and it all leads to the same destination, it will all be the truth. So for an individual, that's where the truth is. Every individual's truth lies within themselves. So when we are trying to figure out which God to follow, which religion to follow, which kind of God concept to believe in, I 100% believe in believing in the thing that actually helps you. And now there could be two Christians, there could be two Muslims, and both of them believe the same thing. They have the same faith, they have the same God concept, but one Christian or one Muslim lives their life in a negative way. They're not genuine people, they're bad to people, they treat people badly, and they're just not good with themselves. What I think is that it's not the religion or the God concept that is bad for the person, or that it's incorrect or wrong. I think it's just bad for that individual. So if they were to find, it could be the case that if a Christian were to search for another concept of God, for a different way of faith, for a different way of thinking about life, then that person might do better within helping themselves. For my example, for myself, I believe in the father figure concept of God. I don't believe in the Jesus Christ version, the God in human form. I don't call it Allah in that sense. I just believe in a concept of a father figure type God. That's what helps me stay motivated. That's what helps me aim upwards in a positive direction. That's what keeps me in check when I feel like I'm stepping out of line. That's the thought process, the concept, the perspective that helps me become better. And that's the whole point of believing God in the first place. I think that people have been missing the point for majority of human time. And now people just want to be right. People just want to reassure themselves that their faith and their God is the right one. But if you are truly confident in your God and in your concept or belief, then you should just have that evidence within your life. Let the evidence within your life be the thing that's talking for you. If a Muslim comes to me and says, I believe in Allah and that is the truth, and I go, awesome, that's good, that's awesome, I can see it works for you. I can see that you're eating clean. I can see that you're trying your absolute best. I can see your discipline. I can see that you speak to people nicely. I can see how you carry yourself. It's in the right way. Meaning that Allah is the truth for that individual. A Christian comes to me and says, Jesus Christ is the way. He is the truth. He is the way that people get saved. And I go, cool, that's good. I agree with you. I agree with both Allah. I agree with both Jesus Christ. I believe in all the God concepts, to be honest. I think that we're all right when it's all said and done. It all leads to one direction, the center, which is God, which is Allah, which is whatever you want to call it. It's all God. It's all a God concept that will lead to the same destination. And now we could say, for example, but what if with heaven and hell? What if we follow the wrong faith and then we end up in hell? I mean, the only way we're going to know that is when we die. And I wouldn't really worry about it right now because of the fact of 100% the evidence is within your life. And no one can say that someone is wrong because of the afterlife, because we do not know, because we haven't died. And no one will be able to live to tell the tale in that instance. And with all the evidence and details within Christianity, or the details within the Quran and Allah, I think, because I'm not fully educated in it, but I know humans. And for the human race, this is something that I stand for. It is better for the human race to accept the different God concepts and to understand that one God concept, one faith, one religion will not be able to help the whole of 8 billion people. And you know how I know that? Because it hasn't happened. With 8 billion people in the world, there is not one answer for it all. It's just impossible. If 8 billion people could hypothetically fit into a classroom and someone at the front said, this is how you learn and this is the only way you learn and that's the way it is. You think 8 billion people with different minds, different traumas, different childhoods, different perspectives on life are going to interpret that the same way? Are going to be able to accept that the same way? Most probably not. That's why we have different fingerprints. That's why it's in your books that say that every human is made different and in the eyes of God, in the image of God. So what I mean by this is, what I hope that people understand, people that are religious and that are within a religion, and people that aren't religious and don't believe in a God, is when you find your own God concept, a mother figure, Mother Nature, the universe, science, Jesus Christ, Allah, a father figure type God. Any kind of thing in those kind of God concepts, those kind of things. Find the thing that helps you. Find the thing that helps you stay motivated. The God concept that helps you aim upwards and improve yourself and be better. That's always the truth. And the truth lies within your evidence that you portray in your life. If you are trying your absolute best, if you are staying disciplined, if you are focused, if you are trying to aim upwards, there is nothing that nobody can say about your belief in facts that is wrong. It is true to you. That's just what it is. I've had a few different comments throughout social media saying that I should stop saying a false or talking about a false narrative. But I know the truth, and the truth lies within history. There is not one way that people have thought throughout history. There's not one way that people have gone about believing in God. It's never been that way, and it never will. So I've had a few different debates, a few different disagreements with actually more Christians than Muslims. Muslims seem way more accepting of this way of thinking than Christians do. I've had a couple of Christians say they shouldn't say this, but they 100% agree. I've also got a thought that when it comes to the concept of heaven and hell throughout the books and the religious study, the religious books and stuff, is that I believe heaven and hell is a living concept. Now hear me out. What I mean by that is, if you try your best, be a good person, be genuine, do things that make you feel fulfilled, aim upwards, set goals, accomplish them, make good connections with people around you, and all that sort of thing, you will be living a living heaven. If you choose to do the opposite and you're horrible to people, and you're bad to yourself, and you treat yourself badly, and you're unconfident, and you choose not to improve yourself at all, and you stay stagnant, or you aim downwards, you will be living a living hell. You'll be living with resentment, regret, these emotions that some of them cannot be taken back because of some actions or some decisions that you have made in your past. What I mean by this is going to make more sense for atheists, people that don't believe in God in the first place, or don't believe in improving yourself or being a better person in the first place. That's one way to think about it. If you choose, it's written in the books, and I believe it, and I agree with it 100%. The thing is that within the religion of Christianity, within the religion of Islam, I actually agree with majority of what they both say from both sides. When people say, oh, in the Quran it says that it's okay to lie and that's bad and blah blah blah, and in the Bible it says that God loves you and he should love you, and shouldn't God love you, and it's like, I think the point is, because the world is yin and yang, good and bad, that we should actually make sense that the world has respect, it has punishment, it has love, it has care in the world. It has all of it, all in one. The yin and the yang. It has both the respect that people tend to, or even fear sometimes. Sometimes you should fear your father, your God concept, the way, otherwise you'll be just doing crazy things all the time. And sometimes you should know that your God loves you. At the end of the day, the way your God shows love is depending on your perspective and how you see things. That's what I mean by that's within your truth. Like, for example, if you believe in ghosts, there's two people, they're in a house and you hear rustling and a bang on the wall. The person that believes in ghosts gets scared and doesn't go back to sleep. The person that doesn't believe in ghosts says, it's the weather, and goes back to sleep. The perspective you choose within your life, throughout your eyes, throughout your lens, it is 100% your choice to choose what thing means what. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of that? That's completely up to you. You can make meaning for everything if you choose to. You can make meaning to less things if you choose to, but that is up to you, and that is your truth. People might argue and might say, well, Eden, you talk about self-improvement. You're trying to get young men into self-improvement and trying to improve themselves socially, mental health, physically, hygiene, looks. Try to influence them, learn a martial art, and learn how to defend themselves and be confident. You say all these things, but wouldn't that mean that you're trying to preach a certain religion or a certain way of living, and you think that that's the only way you should be living? Well, no, it's different. And the reason why is because God is a very different concept and very, very broad thing compared to self-improvement. Yes, we could explain that there are many ways that you can improve your life, and there is. I 100% endorse improving your life in whatever ways that you believe that you would want to go. But I do think the pillars of reading, reflecting, and journaling in many ways, reading in many ways too, listening to audiobooks, reading in your head, reading out loud, in general is 100% good for your comprehension, your articulation of words, your speaking ability, the way you sound when you talk is going to result to account to that kind of habit. I think that go to the gym and improving your physique is only improving your looks, only opens up more doors for you. And improving the way you communicate with people with your social skills is 100% gonna go hand in hand with getting the job you want, with getting the woman you want, with all that sort of thing, right? And that's just the way it is. So, I mean, I've been on a real motivated side quest to kind of show a third point of view when it comes to the religious thoughts about God. And I do think I stand for the humans, the human race, everybody. I'm not saying that Christians are wrong. And I'm not saying that Islam and Allah is wrong. I'm not saying that anybody is wrong. I'm saying that you're all right. I'm saying that you're all correct. And I've had people message me and ask for help about certain things in their life. I've had people message me while they're in the hospital asking me for advice and a reason to keep living, because they know that everything in the world and in the universe and in the human race and in their life is going to end one day. They've tried to believe in God before. The advice I gave them was believe in the things that help you. Let go of the things that don't. The beliefs, people believe in things that don't help them all the time. People believe in ghosts. That does not help you. It's going to get scared of the little sounds throughout the night time. Sometimes believing that you can't do something isn't going to help you. I'd rather you have the false confidence that you can do something to give you the leeway and the ability to maybe possibly be able to do it, than to not believe at all. People all the time believe in things that don't actually help them at all. And now to someone watching this, if you are religious, if you are within a religion and you feel like your life isn't necessarily where you want it to be, maybe you might need to change the God concept or the framework to then get you to that destination that you want to get to. And now that's where someone would truly care. That's where someone would truly want the best for an individual. People don't need to be told they're wrong. People don't need to be yelled at about this is the only way and the truth and the way. We need to give the leeway for people to find their own way within their God concept, because you can never be wrong with God. Anyone that believes in a God concept or a version of God, Jesus Christ, Allah, father figure, mother nature, universe, science, any of this, for you to believe in anything that is a positive energy is always going to be a good answer. I support any of that. I think that Christians, you are right. I think that Muslims, you are right. I think you're both right. There's no point in debating about it. There's no point in war. There's no point in disagreement. It's all disrespectful to the concept of God in the first place. God was meant to be there to be able to help people. And now that we're trying to say that there's only one answer for certain people and not understand that there's a whole different spectrum of answers for that. Someone made an example and said that's just like the same as someone saying, I believe I'm a woman, so that it's right. No, it's not the same, because someone believing in their own God that helps them get up in the morning, that helps them stay motivated, to stay disciplined, that helps them keep them in check is the way to go. And it always should be the way to go. I hope you learned something from this video. I appreciate you. I believe in you. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.